As the goal today is I hope we don't get disappointed. We're 1 for 3 on Maya. Ruben and I are going to do a live later. I'll get blessed with the opportunity to see Ruben in person this weekend. We're going to talk more in detail about it, but why do you think a girl dog gets pregnant in the winter but never in the summer? Food for thought. Stay tuned.
We'll just go.
She's only like 80 pounds.
Yeah,
So
we'll go 81.
Here we go.
We're gonna look at you back. Come on. Dave. Hold on. It's okay. It's okay. We're just gonna look, girl. Just gonna look, okay? There's a baby right here.
We got a baby. We got baby confirmation.
There's a beating heart. No. Maya, hey.
You okay?
There's another one. Good girl. We're almost done. It's a really hard stage to count them right now because of their size.
Yeah.
She is pregnant and there are at least a couple of them in there. Alright, we're going to wipe off your belly and then you can get out my bra. Hold on, we're almost done. Look, see? Look.
Yeah, we got confirmation. Move. Both dogs.
Maya, Ego, come on. Maya, let's go.
Ego's doing good.
Come on, Maya. There you go.
So, the question becomes, I want you guys to chill for now. What do you expect to get? What do you see? Well, let me be very clear. I told the guys day one that Maya was going to give us the most problems when it came to breeding. She had her hip structures, not bad, but it's a little bit lifted. And we've got some good photos of her where you can see she's got a good stance to her, so she doesn't have a high rear. It's just the way her hips are structured. And then that was proven because once we saw that she had a lot of discharge in her last breeding, or in her last exam, she had a lot of discharge built up. You go, wow, that's a problem. And then Ruben and I are going to do a live tonight, and I'll do a full video with Ruben when I get a chance to see him on why a dog like her would only get pregnant or has better chances of getting pregnant during the winter time or when it's cooler out. Now Maya, from the American Bully standpoint, has more bulldog traits. In my experience, I'm not saying anything is wrong with bulldogs. A lot of our problems with the American Bully come from the bulldog. When the bulldog got popular years ago, you saw it die down very quickly because people didn't know how many issues they were going to have to deal with long term and how costly it gets. So remember, we judge a dog not off how it looks, but how long it lives well, which means how much money am I going to spend over a course of this dog's lifespan keeping it alive. I don't want to spend 10, 20, 8,000 extra dollars after buying the dog on making sure that it lives. It's not my thing. So we've got a Merle dog to a blue dog, when technically she's a black dog. We got some things I'm gonna try to figure out here. This is what we call one of our bonus breedings because we never had a second plan on Maya. It was only ever one breeding and one breeding ever, but we had Ego. He's coming along. People have been asking about his pups or if he'd ever have any kids. To be very clear in saying, I posted a video showing you guys what Maya was doing, can do, and did before. And stay here, they see. And it's because of her epigenetics that I'm betting on the dog's capabilities. Now, not all of her genetics are good, which is why doubling up on the intelligence. Ego, as you know, he's a pretty smart dog. So I'm going to get more intelligence, more drive, more focus, better health. Now, they're both super good dogs, so we're excited. But I've got this question for her. Hey, if I breed these two dogs, what do I expect? But for one, height-wise on these two dogs, everybody should be over 18 inches. Second, I don't do the head thing, but if we are talking weight, they'll weigh enough to knock a man over if you send them that way. Whoa, 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 whoa. This fool got poop on the leash. I ain't cleaning no dude off no leash. Now you think it's time to play with it. I'm like, no sirree Bob, as my mom would say. So I look at the traits. You say, okay, Maya's Easty Westy didn't pass on to her other kids. Ego's dad is Easty Westy. So you see the challenges. I'm curious as well, because Ego carried the Easty Westy. Maya has it, but Maya's epigenetic Easty Westy didn't pass on to the other two kids she has. Neither kid. And they're not even on high bowls, like especially not Flex. He's not on a high bowl. Their feet are facing forward. Maya came to me overweight. She had been in the cage quite a bit. The type of cage that you got, I'm gonna tell you about them cages to get to, and the ones that you have to be careful of, splayed her feet. So once I saw that's not an issue, I go, okay, I could run, not the risk, but the opportunity. We've confirmed she has some pups in there, which means we're excited. Now here in a second, I'm gonna go get Zara out and talk about why I know the dogs are going to be over 18 inches. Now Maya, again, she's roughly about 17 inch. She's about to go Power Rangers too. Handle your business, woman. Don't drag this leash through there. 1 second, I'm gonna get Zara out. Guys, what do you get when you add an XL to a standard? What do you get when you take a standard to a standard? What do you get when you take a standard to a pocket? There's a lot of confusion in the American Bully, but there's no reason to be confused if you understand genetics, phenotypes, and all that other stuff. What I did here, Zara, look at Ego and his mother. He's a whole back taller than her, right? See that? He's a whole back taller than her. I took Zara to a dog named Earl de Merle. Earl de Merle, and for one, we confirmed beyond a reasonable doubt, she's pregnant, his first breeding, this is her last breeding, this is her last breeding. We confirmed beyond a reasonable doubt that these two dogs are having puppies. Who am I betting on? Not just the female. And to be clear, in this case, Maya's genetics have not reigned true. So I didn't get what I was looking for, or even what I believed would happen. And I believed all the wrong things, meaning like I knew the bad stuff was going to happen. The kennel partners could tell. I said, we're going to have this problem, that problem, this problem. And unfortunately, it's true. On the other hand, Zara, she's a standard with XL genetics. Genetics are not what you can see, but what you believe is in there. So in her DNA, she raised the height of all of her boys when bred to a standard. Earl's dad's not an XL. Earl's bloodline, Earl's pedigree isn't based on XLs. They're all standard and pocket type dogs. So when I took a standard to her, I said, I believe she'll make the boys bigger. And she did. I believe she'll bring up Bam Bam Nim's height and correcting the pocket issues. And so far, so good. Because again, I understand how she was bred, and even more importantly, I know what them terrier traits do. And again, I understand DNA to a degree, and I'm not even done all over DNA, and I'm not talking no Embark, I'm talking real DNA to get an idea of what's going on inside of her. But this is her last breeding anyway. So I've been asked the question many times, can you breed a pocket to a standard? Can you breed an XL to a pocket? Can I breed a standard to an XL? It gets confusing when you start crossing everything. But if you know how to solve problems, you can definitely raise the bar, change things, but you need a vision. We're not breeding for head size. I like a good eye set. I do like a pronounced stop. I love a good ear set, a good separation. Like this right here, I love when the top part's built. Chris told us in the video, there's 3 parts to the head. I love good breathing. We keep saying a functional dog. Every dog should be able to function, so we're never going to attempt to breed dogs that cannot move. But most importantly, I'm building a look that's specific to us, like the Jordans that you go and purchase, or them Yeezys that we all wear. I do have a pair, quite a few pair if I'm being honest. Stay tuned, take care of your dogs. We've confirmed that Maya and Ergoto, Ego, is having puppies. It'll be his first litter. This is a bonus litter. I have a plan written out for Ego. He really only has 2 breedings, and then we got to move on. Now, when we say move on, he lives with me forever. He's never going anywhere. We just got to move on so we can get to the dogs we need, all right? Thanks for watching. As always, like, subscribe, and share.